Alright, I'm making this video because basically it's a disclaimer. You might not like what I have to say. I don't care. You may think I'm living in a fantasy world or that I might be a coward. I don't care. But that just shows a level of ignorance of some people who don't really recognize what the odds are that we are all facing. And it just kind of blows me away that people want to have knee-jerk reactions and, play off of their emotions and do stupid things that they're not really giving a whole lot of thought to. One thing that I could kind of focus on is the fact that a lot of people want to rise up and go to DC and show the government who's in charge. That's foolhardy. And the reason why is because you have to understand that the only way anything like that is going to work is if force is met with equal force. And in our case, we're vastly outmatched. Vastly. So it's like dashing yourself against a concrete abutment on a motorcycle without a helmet. Suicidal. It's stupid. So you have to recognize the odds. It's called risk assessment. And if you don't properly assess the risk and try to balance the odds in your favor as much as possible, you end up losing. It's just the way it is. Now, granted, if we had an EMP that hit the United States, it would put us on a level playing field with anybody who would like to try and, flex their muscles against the American people. But we're not living in that type of environment right now. So we have to take into assessment all of the technology that we don't have. And I'm going to pose a question to people that think, oh, we're big and bad, we can just go ahead and run into this brick wall. How many of you actually know how to fly an F-16 or an F-15 or an F-22 Raptor? How many of you know how to operate a drone, an M1 Abrams? How many of you know how to fire a Stinger missile? Or any other thing like a Dragon? Do you know how to fire any of that stuff? Well, if you don't know how to do that, and you're operating under the assumption that we can fight battles like what you're suggesting that are completely conventional, like maybe Vietnam or World War II, you're living in a fantasy world. Because the technologies that they do have leave us at a disadvantage. So this is why I say that just running up against a brick wall like this is stupid. You can call me a coward all you want to, but I recognize the risk. And I'm not willing to take a risk that I know I'm going to fail at. It's just dumb. Now, what can we do? Well, we can make it very hard for any kind of a conventional attack on our personal liberties to gain any kind of traction. That's what we can do. We can prepare ourselves and our community members to be able to withstand a direct attack conventionally. But when it comes to these unconventional forms of weaponry, this high technology, it becomes very difficult. So in order to defeat those, you have to figure out how they work. What are their weaknesses? You have to study it, and you have to put it into practice. So until people are at that level of proficiency, they're not going to be able to defeat it because they don't know what they're dealing with. So you can not like what I'm saying. You can think I'm a coward. You can think I'm foolhardy myself. but at least I'm looking at what they are, how, if any way, there is to defeat these things, and taking that into the assessment before jumping to a decision that is made based off of emotional grief, or just the need to do something. The need to do something and just doing something doesn't mean it's effective. That's the whole key. Is it effective? What's most effective? What's really going to make the most of a difference? And there's different forms of resistance. So all I'm saying is pick your battles. Know when you're outgunned. Know when it would not be smart to do certain things. And if you keep those things in mind, then 9 times out of 10 you'll be more successful because you properly assessed the risk. So, if you don't like the way that I moderate things, I don't care. It's my channel. If you want to say something different, make your own channel. I don't hide behind anything. I don't wear a mask. I show my real face. I give my true opinions. So, go somewhere else. You want to scream and holler, rile people up, go ahead, be my guest. But you're all going to be just a bunch of fools running up against a brick wall. That's all I got to say about it.